Joining us in the studio now is Eli Avidar, President of the Israel-Africa Chamber of Commerce. Mr. Avidar, how did the recent terrorist attack affect the business sentiment in Kenya?
I believe that maybe there will be some concerns in the beginning, but I don't see that it will have a long-term effect on the Kenya economy, especially because this country is quite impressive in its development, and I believe that the business potential in Kenya is much greater than any threat that can be possessed in this time.
Okay. I mean, Africa in general is not really mentioned so much in economic news, but by many it's seen as the place where the middle class is growing and where the future really lies. Can you say something more in terms of that?
Absolutely. I must disagree because I believe that the continent of Africa is the #1 destination for investments worldwide in the last 10 years. And I believe that the business community in Africa is changing dramatically. First of all, there are a few elements that made Africa as more impressive. First of all, the rule of law. And you can take Kenya or Angola or any other countries, Ghana especially, or Ethiopia. The rule of law is changing dramatically in the last 10 years, and it makes...
there's a lot less corruption.
I would say definitely less corruption, but also governance. It is about good governance, and I believe that those countries, we are speaking about 54 countries, but many of them are very impressive in their potential. But about investments in Africa, we have to take into consideration a few elements. First of all, that right now we are 7 billion people on the planet, and in 2050 we will be 10 billion people. We will have 3 more billion people. They will need food, they will need resources, they will need water, they will need agriculture,
and technology. Obviously, there's this whole plan to put Wi-Fi over the entire continent. What would you say about that?
Absolutely. First of all, there is a lot of development, especially from what we see from the Chamber of Commerce in the issue of communication and about internet. It's quite impressive because Africa exceeded all the expectations about getting into the modern age technology. But if we return back to Kenya, because I believe that we should speak about it a little bit, I don't think that the last attack will have an impact, especially because this is not a specific problem for Kenya. This is an attack by international terrorism that wanted to generate coverage and media to a very minor and unimportant group of terrorists in Somalia. And I do believe that we have to look at Somalia because most of the people in Somalia are not supporting this school of thought, and especially Islam is much, much more moderate in Africa in general and in Somalia specifically.
So in general, we don't have to worry about the tourism being affected, for that matter, the economy or business sentiment?
We always have to be worried about terrorism attacking, and international terrorism will have an effect, but about the economy, I don't think that it will have a major effect because the business potential is much greater from the concern that it can generate.
I see. Thank you very much, Mr. Avidar, for those comments.